And purposeful dating.
From both the divine feminine and divine masculine perspectives. Red flags in men. There are so many to talk about, but I have narrowed it down to the 5 most important. And number one on this list would be he's inconsistent. He plays games. He's inconsistent with his communication, with his texting, with the way that you feel when you're with him, with how you think he feels about you. In all the ways you're confused because he's just inconsistent.
Men also want that consistency. So a red flag would be if you're texting back and forth and you may text and she responds right away on one text, and then an hour later, you don't hear from her again after you've texted multiple times. It's that consistency of understanding that you are important to her and that she actually is taking time out of her day. So being left on red.
I will say, though, that women have a lot more attention than men. We talk about this all the time. Women's inboxes are flooded with male attention, especially on dating apps. So you do have to be a little bit persistent in the beginning and confident, which I'll get to in a minute. And that goes back to our green flags in dating. He has to be confident and steady and focused. A man has to have a little bit of confidence and a thick skin in the early stages of dating because a woman does have a lot more interest than a man does.
I would agree with that if a woman has been purposely driven in what she's outlining, what she wants from him. You did a wonderful job of that in the beginning stages of our dating, first early on, is you let me know exactly the style of communication that you wanted and that you weren't someone who was a long texter or someone who wanted to be a pen pal in a sense where it was just back and forth all day long, that you wanted purposeful communication. So that let me know how to communicate with you.
Right.
So even though I'm talking about being left on red, you didn't leave me on red because I wasn't constantly bothering you with different texts throughout the day and meaningless ones that like, oh, I hope your day's great. It's a sunny day today.
Right.
It was more about, hey, let's talk about when we would like to go out. When would be a good time for us to meet up?
Yes.
It was more purpose driven, and you responded to those in kind.